everyone, and thank you all for coming. I'm happy to be here with our Minister of Advanced Education, Rajan Sawhney, Director of the School of Public Policy, Martha Hall-Finley, and the President of Ipsos Public Affairs, Clifford Young, who will be joining us shortly as well. We're in the room today. We also have many dignitaries, University of Calgary President and Vice Chancellor Ed McCauley, nice to see you. We've got former Lieutenant Governor of Alberta, Her Honor the Honorable Lois Mitchell. We've got the Consul General of the U.S. in Calgary, Emily Fleckner. We also have the Consul General of Calgary, the British Consul General of, in Calgary, Jonathan Turner, and MLA Miles McDougall, among other guests, and I think I have a couple of ministers here as well. But we're here today to announce a new initiative aimed at strengthening our understanding of the Canada-U.S. relationship. It's no secret that our relationship has hit a rocky patch these past few months. And while tensions have ridden high, let us be clear, this relationship is far from over. We are still neighbors, and for much of our history, we have been the best of friends too. Our two nations share a unique, decades-long bond that has delivered mutual benefits for generations. Our geography links us together like few other nations in history. In fact, our two nations span more than 80% of the North American continent. We have closely integrated economies and a warm sense of kinship between our populations. And over the years, we've collaborated on everything from missile defense to space exploration, wildfires, Arctic research, and invasive species management. Here in Alberta, for example, the U.S. is by far our biggest trading partner, and Alberta plays a major role in supplying U.S. energy needs. The way we see it, any rift between us is a huge loss for both countries. If things continue to change between Canada and the United States, we want it to be changed for the better, because our continued friendship and cooperation will create lasting prosperity for both nations. But we can't sit around waiting for this to happen. We must take action. And that's why our government is investing $6.5 million over the next 3 years to support the new North America initiative led by the University of Calgary's School of Public Policy. This initiative will bring together some of the brightest minds in academia, government, and the private sector to investigate developments in the relationship between Canada and the United States. This effort will spark collaboration across Alberta's universities and a number of leading American universities to develop policy solutions that respond to the new reality. To me, talking to each other and working with each other is the only way we're going to figure things out. This is the constructive and diplomatic approach that I've been calling for since this whole problem began. And these recent bumps in the road are a good reason to take a close look at the relationship to figure out what's working and what we can do to improve it, which is exactly what the new North America Initiative aims to do. For countries as closely connected as we are, it's in both our national interest to repair things as quickly as we can, because our nations are better off when we're working together. And there's so much to gain from strengthening the relationship between Canada and the United States. We are peaceful neighbors with shared values and a deep mutual respect. We have economies that complement each other perfectly. We have everything we need to secure our mutual energy supply indefinitely and achieve North American energy dominance. And if we can get it right, the future of our continent looks very bright indeed. And the new North America Initiative will help to bring that future into focus. I look forward to seeing the innovative solutions these universities will come up with as this important work progresses over the next 3 years. Thank you, and with that, I'd like to invite Minister Rajan Sawhney to share more details.
Thank you, Premier. What an incredible turnout today. Welcome, everyone, and thank you for being here for this very important announcement. I know we are joined by many of our partners who have traveled from across Canada and the United States to be here today with us. Your presence underscores the significance of what we are launching today. Today marks an important step forward, not just for Alberta, but for Canada and our academic and policy communities across North America. For decades, Alberta and Canada have shared a strong cooperative relationship with the United States, founded on mutual interests, robust trade, and deep institutional ties. But that relationship is undergoing a fundamental shift. We must respond to the immediate consequences, yes, but we must also take a longer view. This is a generational change, and it demands forward-thinking, coordinated responses. The Government of Alberta recognizes that we need to leverage our province's strengths, our talent, our institutions, our international networks to better understand and navigate the new North American environment. I remember when the tariffs were first introduced, I started scanning Alberta's post-secondaries to find the latest academic research on Canada-US relations. And unfortunately, what I found was a distinct shortage of this work. Right now, most research and analysis on Canada-US relations originates from east of the prairies or from the US itself. This narrow focus too often fails to reflect the priorities or even the realities of Western Canada. If we are to respond effectively to these shifting dynamics, all parts of Canada must be heard and reflected in our academic and policy thinking. I spoke with Premier Smith about this, and we agreed that Alberta has both the capacity and the perspective to lead that effort. So we set up roundtables to discuss the role post-secondaries could play in meeting this very real need. We gathered industry, academics, and a wide range of experts and evaluated various potential options. And from that, we were able to find the best way forward. This brings us to today's announcement, which the Premier already announced, the new North America Initiative. This is a Made in Alberta long-term response to the changing Canada-US relationship and the critical gap in regionally grounded policy-relevant research. And importantly, with the closure of the Canada Institute at the Wilson Centre in Washington, this will now be the only dedicated institution on all of North America focused exclusively on Canada-US relations. That distinction matters, and so does the fact that Alberta is leading the way. The new North America Initiative will be a hub for applied responsive research and strategic convening. It will bring together academics, policy experts, government leaders, industry, and civil society across North America to generate practical insights, foster collaboration, and inform decision-making. It will also serve as a platform for training the next generation, equipping students with the skills and knowledge to lead in government, the private sector, and beyond, at a time when cross-border engagement is more critical than ever before. This initiative is about understanding the real-world impacts of a changing North American relationship and preparing Alberta and Canada to meet those changes head-on. It's about shaping a future where Alberta-based researchers are ready. They're a trusted source of intelligence and ideas, offering perspectives that are grounded, diverse, and reflective of Western Canada's voice. Following today's announcement, we will be joining a roundtable discussion with experts from across Canada and the US to formally launch the collaborative work of this initiative. This conversation will begin the kind of cross-border, cross-sector dialogue that the new North America Initiative is built to support, responsive, collaborative, and action-oriented. This initiative will include researchers from Alberta and the United States, including from the University of Alberta, the University of Lethbridge, Mount Royal University, University of Nebraska, University of Colorado, Arizona State University, Rice University, and of course, the University of Calgary. By strengthening our understanding of the evolving North American landscape, we're building Alberta's capacity to shape effective, forward-looking public policy. This is a significant milestone for our province, and it wouldn't be possible without the leadership and vision of Premier Smith and the strength of Alberta's post-secondary institutions and their commitment to excellence. I look forward to the insights this initiative will generate, the partnerships it will cultivate, and the leadership it will help develop for years to come. Thank you, everybody, once again for being here today. And now I'd like to invite Martha Hall Finley, Director of the University of Calgary School of Public Policy, to the stage.
Well, good morning, everyone. We are indeed very excited and so pleased to have so many people come to share this announcement with us. We are all, of course, aware of the dire current state of Canada-U.S. relations, and the scope of the challenge that confronts Canada demands that we in Canada do more. The University of Calgary and the School of Public Policy are honored to take up this challenge with, of course, financial support and other support, but of course financial support from the Government of Alberta. Thank you, Premier Smith and Minister Sawhney and your whole government. I am pleased that our President, Ed McCauley, has joined us, as he's been instrumental in the strong support from the University for the School of Public Policy, but also for the new North America initiative we are launching today. So thank you, President McCauley. This initiative has been almost 5 years in the making through the work of my new colleague at the School of Public Policy, Carlo Dade. So Carlo joined the School of Public Policy only a couple of months ago as the Director of International Policy. This is very much his initiative, and he has been working on it for quite a long time. We get to take the benefit because he's now with us. Carlo, can you please stand up for a second? And he had the ability to work on this for the last number of years while being at the Canada West Foundation. So I'd like to do a big shout out to Gary Marr. Where's Gary? Thank you. Thank you for so much, Gary, actually, but including Carlo and the work that we're being able to announce today. With the new North America initiative, we will develop a long-term, built-from-the-ground-up response to the unprecedented challenges Alberta and Canada face in our most important trade and political relationship. The current crisis makes the case for applying a new type of thinking to how we engage with the United States, and of course in our relations with Mexico too. The name of the initiative, the new North America Initiative, signals our goal to create a new vision of what North America can be. It's been fantastic in the past, but times have changed, and we do need new thinking. And we will do this from Calgary and bring a Western Canadian perspective to what is truly a national initiative, a North American initiative. We are already working with leading academics from universities in Alberta and the United States, as you heard from Minister Sawhney, and we are pleased that some of our colleagues could actually join us today. As the minister said, we will be proceeding from here to a roundtable where we will actually start digging into what is it that we're going to be focusing on what are the specific areas of work. So we're really excited about that. As the initiative grows, we will welcome more organizations. This is an all-hands-on-deck effort. Carlo likes to say this initiative is about substance, not sound bites, and that's true. We are going straight into our first working session as soon as this announcement wraps up. The new North American initiative is desperately needed. We recently lost the only Canada-U.S. Public Policy Institute with the closure of the Woodrow Wilson Institute in Washington. Our friend Chris Sands has been the head of the Canada-U.S. Institute, the Canada Institute at the Wilson Centre for a number of years, and I will just shout out to Chris. He has been Canada's best friend in the United States, and really frustrating to see what's happened with the Wilson Centre. We are hopeful that a new Canada Institute will be established in Washington, and we look forward now, but even with that new institute set up, we look forward to working with our friend Chris very closely as we work on these important issues. We need more intelligence. We need more connections, we need more research, and we need different perspectives, and that is what the new North America Initiative will deliver. I now have the pleasure of introducing Clifford Young, who is the president of Ipsos Public Affairs. He runs a program at Ipsos called Know the New America. That isn't N-O, it's K-N-O. Know the New America. I know you might have been tempted to think that way, given things, but no. And you know, our thesis here is, and very much Carlo's thesis, is just how much the U.S. has changed. It's been a fantastic relationship for so long, but it has changed. and we need to be able to change alongside that. Cliff brings immense detailed knowledge of what's happening south of the border. We're really excited that he's joined us today, and we're really looking forward to working with him on this important initiative. So a big thank you all for being here. Again, for the Government of Alberta, Premier, Minister, we're really excited about this. No one else in this country is doing this, and we're really excited to be able to do this at the University of Calgary, out of Alberta, for something that is so important for the country and for the continent. So very excited, and now I will turn it over to Cliff.
Well, thank you so much. It's such a small world. Chris Sands is my colleague at Johns Hopkins SAIS, and he's everywhere here, it seems like, right? First, thank you so much to the Government of Alberta, as well as the University of Calgary. It's great to get the invite. It's great to be here. Ipsos is excited. By the way, what is an Ipsos? It's not a Latin word or a Greek word. It's a market research and polling company that is global in scale. We have boots on the ground in 90 countries. We cover 130. And we have a long history here in Canada, right? Ipsos in Canada, Ipsos Reid, as well as in the United States. And indeed, these are times that are trying. There's a lot of trepidation and unease, especially in the United States, but around the world, our polling suggests that. And one thing that we came away with after the election last year was that maybe we don't quite understand the America that we thought we did. You know, it was a different, more muscular victory for Trump. And what I would say is it's not that things are changing so much in the United States. It's just that the United States is not a monolith. It's a mosaic. And indeed, what we know and what we're challenging, or challenging our clients, challenging stakeholders, challenging decision makers on, is to know this new America. To really understand in this trying period, you know, how people are and what they think. And indeed, just a couple points here, very high-level points. Yes, we're very polarized. Yes, we're broken down by red and blue. It's very clear that we are divided as such. But there's a lot of nuance there too, right? And I'll give two very simple examples. One is just on immigration and deportation. On the one hand, almost 90% of Americans agree that criminals who are legal aliens should be deported, but not if they're children, right? There's a huge difference in support. Or, for instance, we saw this across the states. An individual could vote in favor of abortion on the ballot, but for Trump as well. There's nuance there. We're not binary. And to understand that is to optimally engage America on its own terms. And the last point I'll make, and this is, this is a thread of our research that we've been conducting for the last 10 years, but it's really come into relief over the last little bit, since the election. There are ultimately foundational or fundamental values in America, that it doesn't matter if you're red or you're blue or you're purple, you believe in. The most basic of which is fundamental fairness. And what I would say is the following, not that I agree necessarily, no value judgment, but many Americans would say that the trade regime that exists today between the United States and the world is not fair. Okay? So the point, do I agree with that or not? That's a whole other issue. We'll set that aside. But that's how Americans are framing their understanding of the world, and more specifically, are showing their support for the current administration. I hope, just to kind of round out, that we're able to double down on this issue of knowing the new America, to really understand where Americans stand on those critical issues for Canada and for the province more specifically, so that you could optimally engage us in a way that we understand and that we can optimally be activated. So with that, we're very excited to be here at Ipsos. I look forward to the next steps. Bye. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. We'll now go into the media Q&A portion of this announcement. We'll be taking one question, one follow-up. We'll start here in the room before making our way to the phones. We're a little tight on time today, but go ahead first in the room here.